Hi and welcome back to my channel. My name is Stacey if you're new here, and today's video is going to be a monthly coffee chat for the month of February. And if you don't know, I am a dream vacations travel advisor specializing in Disney parks and cruise vacations. And I recently made the option on my website so that if you prefer not to communicate through email to work on getting your trip booked, you can now book a video chat with me and we can almost face-to-face go over all of your travel needs, and all of that information will be linked in the description box below. And my other channel is all about travel, and I'm currently working through my Quantum of the Seas cruise vlog series, and that'll also be linked down below. And today I've got a handful of questions that I am going to answer just, so you can get to know me a lot better. Also, I do have a little bit of redness in this eye because I think I had a blood vessel burst on an airplane, and it is fine. Went to the eye doctor. Perfectly fine. It was worse. I have a fitness video, week of workouts that I actually showed it a little more, and it was worse at that moment. If you were interested, you could check that video out. I'll have it linked below. Now that that is all out of the way, let's get into these questions. And also, I have coffee today in my Disney Cruise Line mug, which I absolutely love. So here's this side, and then the other side is Mickey in like this nautical print. I love this mug so much. I got it on my trip on the Disney Wonder in 2023. I think they actually sell this one still. Question number 1, what's one daily habit you can't skip that helps you feel like yourself? Coffee. That is one that I am very consistent. I have coffee every single day, every morning. Sometimes in the afternoon. It is currently 12:03, so technically this coffee is an afternoon coffee, but I wanted a coffee to have in my coffee chat since my last one I did not actually have a coffee. Let's think about this a little deeper. How about, let's see, my evening routine. I take a shower before bed every night, even if it's just to rinse the day off, not hair wash, just a quick body wash, and it's like a 2-minute shower maximum. Helps set me up for the next day. Get my body lotioned up because I live in a very dry climate, and my face washed. I have a hard time being motivated to wash my face in the sink. So if I take a shower, and I only wash my face with face wash in the evening time. In the morning, I use salicylic acid on a cotton pad to get a clean slate, but my face does not need to be washed in full. And then of course, hypochlorous acid also in the morning and evening. So taking a shower at night is the motivation to actually still wash my face. It's weird, but it works for me. And then the rest of my night routine, brush my teeth, read my book for a little bit before I actually lay down and read to fall asleep. I think that that's probably like the best night routine that makes me feel like myself, because not only am I taking care of my body, I am getting myself prepared to have a good night's sleep because I'm working really hard to try to improve my quality of sleep, because sometimes my quality of sleep is very bad. So starting off with my night routine gets me all there. Question number 2, are you into exploring new places or revisiting favorite destinations, and why? Okay, so both. I love revisiting places, like Disney World and Disneyland and Disney parks. However, I haven't been to a Disney park. I think it was Disney World last time I went was in 2018. So really long time ago. So going there would be a brand new destination because there's so many new things. And probably by the time I get to go again, because I don't have any upcoming Disney trips, I have Disney Cruise coming, but not a Disney trip, is gonna be a brand new park to me. And there could be even more stuff that is available that hadn't been available before, or even like now, so that is like technically a revisit, but not really. I love visiting the same camping places near my town because it's just familiar. For camping, I like familiarity. For backpacking, I love doing new trails and new things. If I am looking just to get out in the woods and not really having a big setup or a big trip, I have one trail that I love to go do that has a really nice camping spot, roughly, 3 miles in to the trail. And so last summer with my dad and my husband in 2 separate trips, we hiked just a little bit to those spots and then spent the day to hang out, relax. On the trip with my husband, we didn't, we being me, well, he could have double checked actually, but we did not bring enough fuel, so we didn't have enough to boil hot water for coffee the next day. We had eaten cold soaked ramen the day before and it was not great. I do actually have a vlog of that trip, so I'll link that below. It's on my other channel. And that was annoying. So we left earlier the next morning than we actually planned, which was fine. We were only 3 miles from the car, not a big deal. Plus it was cold that morning, so we didn't want to hang around without, you know, having a warm cup of coffee to warm our bodies up, just hang around our camp area on that trip. And then the trip with my dad, we ended up setting up camp, hanging out for the evening, and then the next day we hiked the entire trail, did some river crossings. I fell in the water once, and then went back to our camp spot, camped overnight, and then left for the next day. And that was a lot of fun. We had less things to carry while we were hiking. I also have a vlog of that, so I'll link that below too. So all of that I like to do in like familiar settings. However, I love cruising because you have the familiarity of being on a cruise ship. Even if it's a brand new ship to me, it's still a familiar experience. I have a general idea of what to expect while I'm on the ship, what activities they could potentially have, the shows, the dinner structure, all of the things. I am familiar with all of that. But then I have the newness of the option to pick itineraries that have new destinations I haven't been to. And there's a lot I haven't been to. My intro to cruising was in, I think, 2014, like 2013, 14, 15, in that general range. And then my next trip wasn't until 2023. So at this point, anything I haven't done since 2023 is brand new to me, in my opinion, because it's been so long. It's a new experience, new people I'm going with. So a mixture of both, to answer the question. And number 3, what kinds of movement makes you feel your best lately, not just what you should do? That's a good question, because at this moment in my fitness journey, every movement is what I should be doing. I need to get my body moving more now than ever. I need to be getting my strength training workouts in. I need to be getting my mobility in. I need to be getting my steps. I need to stand periodically throughout the day because I have a very sedentary lifestyle. And to be completely honest, I enjoy all of those forms of movement. I love strength training. I am frustrated that right now my strength training is limited to low volume work. And it's fine. It's fine. I am recovering from an IT band injury that is still somewhat flaring up here and there, but it's not terrible. I have some pretty bad muscle imbalances. My hamstrings are extremely weak and my glutes compared to my thighs and my calves, which then causes my joints to be off center, meaning I lock out my knees. My ankle mobility is pretty limited because my calves are really strong / tight compared to my hamstrings, which should be doing the work to then offset those things so that I have better ankle mobility. My knees are not locking out while I'm standing because the front side of my leg is working harder than the back side of my leg. So that's all the things that I know I should be doing, but I love heavy, like getting through heavier workouts and working towards that. But that's okay. I can't get there if I don't start where I'm at. So I am working through that. I have an 8-week program I'm going through right now, 5 days a week, so that I can get myself to the point where I can also run. Running is another form of movement that I love, but I cannot do right now because of my IT band injury. And it's going to be that repetitive movement that's going to severely inflame my IT band. Sometimes standing inflames it. So doing the strength training and focusing on the hamstrings and glutes is going to be the most ideal for what my body needs right now. So I guess to answer the question, running and stronger, heavier strength training, I guess is what I feel best, like I love doing, but right now it's not what I should be doing. Question number 4, what does your ideal slow day look like when you don't have to be anywhere? Wake up leisurely, not woken up by my alarm or the cat alarm. The cats know when it's time. Like we have our weekday schedule. My husband gets up, feeds them, and goes about the rest of the day. And they know what time it is. They know when they should be fed. So on weekends, we don't get to sleep in. We might get a 30 minutes more from them, which is fine. But that would be my ideal day, to just get up without an alarm. But I would probably end up waking her up around the same time anyway without an alarm. So it's literally the same thing. And then grab some coffee and just leisurely do all of my little hobby things. My crafts, my crochet, junk journaling, scrapbooking, all kinds of things. Maybe playing Disney Dreamlight Valley, that kind of thing. I have a lot of solo hobbies that I like to do. And so that's typically how I spend my at least one weekend day, just doing all the things. I hop between the different things depending on how I'm feeling. I start with one and then I go to another once I'm tired of the first one, and then so on and so forth. Question number 5, what's a wellness or lifestyle routine you've tried that actually surprised you? I actually don't know on this one because I don't really pay attention to what, trending wellness or fitness type of things are. I just do my thing. So the thing that surprised me the most is knowing how much I'm eating, because I tracked my food for so long, many years ago. I kind of have an idea already of what my body needs, and actually sticking to what my body needs, fueling my body right, balancing out macros, making sure I get enough fiber, all of those things in day to day, and then also balancing, having a sweet treat, because I do enjoy my sweets, and there's nothing wrong with that. Everything in moderation is perfectly healthy, perfectly fine. And I noticed that when I was able to run, my running performance significantly improved once I was fueling my body properly, and having the gels and electrolytes while I'm running to consume during my long runs, that really helped. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Just basically making sure I fuel my body, drink enough water, and it really does make a big difference. And it's not about a specific fad diet, high protein diet, blah, blah, blah. It's literally like a balancing all of the things. And specifically, one macro that my body does great with before workout is carbs. And they're easy to digest, so my stomach doesn't feel heavy and full and not working against the digestive system to then do my workout, especially if I'm going for a run. And last but not least, number 6, how do you like to reset mentally or physically after a long or stressful week? Literally any of my crafts. I either like to just put on YouTube a TV show that I'm binging, especially if it's a show I have seen a million times. Like right now, I am watching Gossip Girl for I don't even know how many times I've watched it. I watched it back when it was released, like as it aired on TV. I watched it, and I'm rewatching it again many years later. It's one of those shows that I come back to every couple of years, or I just pop on some headphones and listen to music while I crochet. Sometimes if I'm really in the mood of it, I'll listen to an audiobook. But in 2024, I really burned myself out on audiobook. I think my book wrap up will be up before this one, so I'll have that linked below. But yeah, those are the things that I like to do to decompress and get myself reset for after a really stressful week. All right, so that is all of my questions that I'm going to be answering today. Comment down below if you have any questions I can answer in next month's coffee chat. In an upcoming vlog, I think I'm going to show you guys my current projects I'm working on, my crochet projects. And if you are interested in seeing that, please comment below and let me know, and I will include that in a future vlog. I do have a short on one project that I currently am working on. I'm going to be working on an update video because I have made a little bit of progress since that video. If you are interested in working with me and booking a trip with me, the link is in the description below. And please consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. I post my week of workouts, a vlog, coffee chat, book reviews, 2 videos a week basically. I have a video every Monday and Wednesday. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next one. Bye guys.